Welcome to the Sector Spin with Terry. In this video series, I share with you what I'm watching each week in various sector industry subgroups. This week, I'm going to take a look at some industry subgroups in the Consumer Discretionary Sector. Well, first, let's take a look at overall sector performance here on our weekly RRG chart. As you can see, we have energy, financials, and communications sectors currently leading. The consumer discretionary is further down the list, and technically it's even in the lagging quadrant. It's got a relative strength just under 100 here. So why am I looking at this? Well, let me minimize this RRG chart here. If you look at this table, you can see that the XLY is currently trading up over 6% this week. Here also, look at the price chart here of the XLY on the right. You will see a very sharp rebound coming off this 200-day moving average. This red line here is a 200-day simple moving average. Here's the 50. Big, huge bounce back. So I'm anticipating at this level of positive price action will likely result in a hook formation in the XLY RRG Vector. Now let's take a look at some of the industry groups in the XLY and see if we can spot those groups leading the turn. I'll flip over here to the group listings. So all of these industry groups are part of Consumer Discretionary. The table here on the right has all of them listed in order of relative strength, and at the top of the list is automobiles, followed by travel and tourism, auto parts, recreational services, gambling, business training and employment, hotels, apparel, etc. So what is catching my attention are some of these groups that have recently hooked back up towards the northeast, which means that they are gaining both momentum and relative strength. And this is a sign that investor interest is growing. So here we have the gambling or casino index. This is the business training and employment agencies. And this one up here with the nice northeasterly vector is the Recreational Products Index. And you can see several with nice green trends here. So this is good. Let's jump over here to this gambling tab. Now, I last covered the gambling industry group with you back on January 7th. And let's quickly review a few stocks here. As you can see from this price range column, many of the stocks are ripping higher this week. We'll start here with Bally's. Bally's pushing to new record highs after having set in a bit of consolidation, little trading range here, now pushing higher. Here a dip down and a bounce off of this support level, making new highs, up 20% on the week. Here's Penn National Gaming. I've got it tracing out a nice 2-4 trend channel here, potentially looking for much more upside here as it completes a fifth wave. Here's Boyd Gaming. Also, you can see this one moving in a nice uptrend channel. International Gaming. This one's actually seen a resistance line here at this $18 level and is trying today to push through this. So we'll see if this one gets a nudge, then this red overhead resistance line will become a new support line as it progresses on the way higher. You can see we can draw a simple trend line from these lows here, and there is the potential slope of this uptrend here. Here is GAN Limited. Now this one is also This one here should be a resistance line because it's not finished getting through there yet. It's penetrated above it, come back around. We'll give that guy another shot. Here's Caesars Entertainment. Caesars also with a nice northeasterly uptrend there in the price. Here's Golden Entertainment, probably Golden Nugget. Looks like I didn't recolorize all of these. Give me a second here and I'll get those, we'll color those lines. I like to use green on my support lines and red for my resistance lines. Now if we look at this one, we'll see that we're actually setting a new potential resistance target there, so on golden. All right, let's look at this relative rotation chart of this gambling group here, and they're sorted again by relative strength ratio. Well, if you look here, you see most of these stocks are showing green vectors, which means that they are in a leading trend, and most of the vectors are already headed back north, indicative of increasing momentum. All right, moving on to the recreational products tab. In this recreational products industry group, you can see Peloton here is the largest market cap stock in this group. You can also see some very impressive weekly price gains in this group as well. Let's take a look at Peloton's price chart there. Let me pull that one up for you. So Peloton looks to have found support again here at this 200-day simple moving average and is bouncing higher from that support level. It tested this support level also back here in early November. Let's take a look at a couple of other charts. You can see there with some nice support levels in several of them. And some are in better shape than others, but generally this group itself is moving higher. And here is Thor Industries. You can see Thor is pushing back up, approaching previous all-time highs, I believe, in this stock. Let's open the relative rotation chart here for this group, in this recreational products, and you can see these are sorted by relative strength ratio. Again, looking at this group, what is the common theme you see? There's a huge selection of stocks that with nice strong northeasterly vectors already up here in the leading quadrant. There's a few weakening. Peloton's actually shown to be weakening because it took a fairly large corrective move. Now if we see Peloton's advance continue, I would suspect we'll see a rotation of Peloton coming back around. But just because Peloton's got the largest market cap does not necessarily mean it is the strongest stock in this particular industry group. That's why you need a good tool like this to take a look at things from a different perspective. Okay, here is the Business Training and Employment Agencies group. Now while the price acceleration is not quite as sharp as in the previous groups, you can see here in the RRG chart that many stocks in this group are moving higher into leadership positions. Here is Korn Ferry is the leader in this group. Robert Half, I don't know these companies personally, but you can see collectively a nice green trend group, and with northerly vectors meaning increasing investor interest. So guys, if we are truly on the edge of a major sector rotation, it's always a good idea to be on the lookout for stocks breaking out in the face of broader market weakness. And that's why having a powerful tool such as Optima to help us drill into the details of the sectors and the sector subgroups gives us a key advantage and an ability to be more selective in the stocks which we choose to trade and or add to our portfolio. Good luck in your trading ventures, and be sure to check us out at tradinganalysis.com.